Howdy guys! So I thought today would be a fun day to talk about just random gematria, some things from the Bible related to the Gospel of Thomas that I've been reading through, and talk about something that, for whatever reason, it really bothers people when you say the word chosen one, right? Because some people feel disincluded. And so I want to start this one off by saying everyone, every single soul is a chosen one. However, to become a chosen one, you must choose to be one. You must do the prerequisites to be a chosen one. And so I want to get into sort of what I found from my readings and some of the symbolism that I believe is kind of locked up in some of these holy texts, because from my beliefs, of course, guys, my beliefs, don't get butthurt, don't get crazy, just listen, open mind. That's what this is all about. Open your consciousness up. Really think for yourself and think with your soul. Open your heart, open the crown chakra, let the intuition in, be like, all right, is this making some sense? I don't even care. It doesn't matter what I say. This is just a meat suit, right? You're in a meat suit. We're all in a meat suit. And before we became who we are right now in this present moment, your soul existed. Your soul existed. There's a spirit that underlies everything. Absolutely everything. And that's source. That's God. That's the creator. There's no face. There's no name. There's no way you can quantifiably find him or it, because everything is it. So if you want to connect to it, if you want to start controlling your reality, start to understand what this game is that we have to play down here in this physical realm of existence, I think I have a little bit of insight to it. But again, just, take it for what it is. Enjoy. I'm gonna get a little out there. We're having fun today. The last couple days my voice has been extra raspy. I finally turned on the fucking heating in my house because I like it cold, like very cold. Because if it's too hot, you can only take off so many clothes. However, when it's cold, you can kind of bundle up and you get that like snuggly warm feeling, and I really like that. So I finally turned that on without changing the air filters first. So it's just been like dust being infused into my throat and my nose. And it has been wonderful. It is a learning experience. Everything is a learning experience. Everything that happens to you is for you. All right. So let's actually get on with what I want to talk about today. The chosen ones. What are they? How can you detect how to get there? What the fuck is this guy on the internet even talking about? You seem like you're the Antichrist or something. People are not going to be willing to understand what this type of information is, because it's so counterintuitive to everything they've been told before. We're stuck in our physical bodies so much. We're stuck in the past. We're stuck worrying about the future. We're never truly in the present moment. And within the present moment, that's when you realize your divine connection to that source. Because people don't have ideas. People don't have thoughts. Thoughts have people. Ideas have people, right? Nothing that is in existence ever truly came from an individual human being, an individual ego. Yes, those names are attached to those creations. However, where did those ideas ultimately come from in the first place? It's because somebody was present in the moment and they sat and they were thinking of something that could be. They had a problem and they didn't know how to solve it. And so they took it to that higher power, and the higher power gave them the downloads, gave them the light. And sort of that's what I'm going to wrap all together today, using some gematria, using the book of Revelations, as well as a line from the Gospel of Thomas, just to sort of paint a path here that I think most people should maybe try to follow a little bit. I'm not saying you have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But if you're interested, I think this will resonate with you. All right, so I'm going to start off by reading a line from the Gospel of Thomas. This is saying 24. So his disciples inquired, "Show us the place where you abide, for we must seek it." This is the disciples speaking to Jesus. Jesus responded, "Let anyone with 2 attentive ears listen. There is illumination," also interchangeable with light, "within a person of enlightenment, and it radiates throughout the entire world. If it does not radiate, there is darkness." Now, when I read that and I see the word enlightenment, I like to interchange enlightenment with chosen one. This is somebody that has chosen to connect with source, with divinity, and fully embody that God power in the flesh. Because, guys, we are all just divine instruments of source. All right, that higher state of being, we can't necessarily perceive it. We're not entirely conscious of it. We don't understand the beautiful, orchestra that is the universe and life and how it all just plays together. We can't do that within this ego body of ours. But when you become enlightened, when you become the chosen ones, the chosen few, however many there are, you start to see more of reality. You start to see how everything completely, perfectly fits. All right? So I want to talk about the light and the chosen ones, because there's light in the chosen ones. If you go to a gematria calculator, which I will post the one I like to use in the description, and you type in 144. 144 is associated with the chosen ones, which I'm going to get into with the book of Revelations. You get time and you get light. Okay, so the chosen ones, that enlightenment, now you can relate that to the 144, because light is 144 and light is within the chosen ones. Now, going to the book of Revelations, this is verse 14. If you have the ESV version, it's on page 2482. The Lamb and the 144,000. Then I looked, and behold, on Mount Zion stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000, who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. So that's about all I need from this to make the point that I want to make. Because in the older religions, I'm going to Judaism here, the Torah, the Talmud, whatever you want to call it, there's gematria, this is like using the vowels in words, as well as assigning numerical values to all the letters of the alphabet at the time to discern like symbolic meaning through them. So also within gematria, the number 0 doesn't exist. So when I look at 144,000, I slice the zeros off and I get 144. Okay? So the chosen ones, 144, light, 144, lines up. Now, the other thing that I want to get into is how to know and how to become these chosen ones, how to start receiving this divine intuition. If you really want to step into your God power, it's easy for somebody on the internet to just be like, oh yeah, just like, I don't know, just do some of these cool fucking hand thingies, and you have to sit like this with your hands and your feet, and you just have to close your eyes and go, I mean, you can, but there's an easier way. And it will involve some of that meditation. It will involve sitting in silence, because in silence, that's when you hear the beautiful sound of the universe. You know, a lot of us have been conditioned, myself included, as a child, to always fill my time with something else to distract me. Okay? And I know that's going to resonate with everybody because our lives are chaotic. We have so many outside sources pulling at our energy, pulling at our attention at all times. And it's so hard to be present because you're constantly worried about things that have happened in the past, or you're anxious of things that may or may not happen in the future. So you're never truly present. So step one is you have to become present. You have to just focus on, hey, I'm going to connect to source. I'm going to connect to the higher power. I'm going to receive light downloads. Light is consciousness. All right, it's an expansion of consciousness because we are just light beings. We're entirely made up of energy. So the more energy you have, that's more light coming into your body. That's probably also why people have been acting up recently. Have you guys noticed that? People are getting a little fucking crazy out there. And, you know, I don't want to go into a whole, like, astrology and stuff. Go look up this guy on YouTube. Absolutely brilliant. He does all the astrology and the sun and like the solar flares, the bursts, all that shit and how it's impacting the earth and our energetic field. And he can explain it so much better than I ever even care to, because that's not what I'm interested in doing. I like reading this stuff. All right? But that's Stefan Burns. Go check him out. So basically, with all these solar flares that we've been getting throughout this year, that's just a burst of energy coming from the sun. And that's going to hit the planet. It's going to start to raise the vibration of the planet, raise the energy on the planet. So if you've noticed that you've been getting sick recently, you notice that you're getting sore recently, you notice that you're sleeping more than you usually would, and you're still feeling groggy in the morning, that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Okay, because you're working out all that old energy from your system. Your body's reacclimating to the new amount of light that it is receiving. And it's pushing you into what your divine purpose should be. It's kind of forcing you to now become chosen. Now, going back to this stuff and how to actually meditate, how to spend time on that mount, because you have the mountain, as I said in the book of Revelations, you have the Lamb, and you have the 144,000. 144,000 is the amount of time you need to set. Now, the way I got time is because I relate the number of the beast that they talk about to time. It is time, because it's 666. 666. You chop the zeros off and you get that 666 number. All right? But also, what else in our life can you get the 666 from? Well, we have 60 seconds in a minute. We have 60 minutes in an hour. You have 24 hours in a day. So 60 seconds, chop the zero. There's a 6. 60 minutes, chop a 0. There's a 6. 24 hours, 2 plus 4, 6. You have the 666. And also, if you add all the hours up, multiply it by the minutes, you start to see something weird happening. You get 1,440 minutes in a day. And as many of you know, that tithing number, what God asks of you is about 10%. 10% of that is 144. Now 144, if you enter that into the Gematria calculator, like I said earlier, you get light and you also get time. So the chosen ones need to spend 144 minutes, 10% of the day within that state of meditation. Now, this doesn't need to be consciously you're meditating for 144 minutes at a time. That's fucking crazy work. I'm not telling you you need to do that. I don't do that for the most part. I like to split it up, and sometimes this could just be a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. where you just sit in silence and you just close your eyes and you just clear your head and you just focus on being. You focus on being present. And within that present moment, all your problems, you don't need to take your problems into that meditative state. Believe me on that. God, Source, the universe, already knows. We think we are so much more important than we actually are because our egos tell us that we are. But guys, if you truly are a believer, if you believe there is a higher power, then you should also believe that they know everything you're going through. They know all your struggles, and they know how to fix them. They know how to alleviate that stress, that fear, that doubt of the future, as well as fix some of the transgressions of the past that may come and impact us in this present moment or in future present moments. They will come back to get us, right? We have these fears. We have all this intrusive negative energy. And when we sit in that present moment, when we take that 144 per day, we start to get these intuitive downloads from Source, this new light, this new consciousness that will lead us within that present moment and all future present moments to change our actions, to change our mindset, to change our being state, to change our vibration, to elevate us out of the old consciousness that we were. All of our problems, and we all have problems, were spawned out of a lower state of consciousness. And as Albert Einstein said, if you create a problem in a lower state of consciousness, I'm paraphrasing by the way, you will not be able to fix it from that same state of consciousness. You will need to elevate it. This is transmutation. If you have a box, and in this box there's a problem, and on the front of the box it has giant block letters saying anger, and you have an anger issue, well, you're going to need to raise your consciousness out of that anger and maybe solve it with compassion. You're going to maybe need to solve it with love. Maybe you're going to need to look at it through the lens of understanding and joy or happiness, because that is the remedy for that solution that you need. You're not going to solve anger with more anger. You're not going to solve fear with more fear. If you're fearful of something, then you need understanding, because the understanding is going to cure you of the fear. If you understand the problem, if you understand why you have the fear, you won't have it anymore. So that time you spend alone, and that's the other symbolism that I really quickly want to get into, is the mountain that they're talking about through all mythologies, literally all the religions, everything throughout time. You always have these pious figures that go up to mountaintops to receive divine guidance. All right, that is symbolism. I believe everything, almost everything in the Bible, in scriptures, in religion, in mythology, it's all symbolism. The people who wrote those books had divine guidance to write those books. And the divine guidance is not to write it in a way that a 2-year-old can understand. That's how most people read these books. They just read a couple verses and think they're serving God by doing so. No, you're not, okay? You need to read it to understand it, to understand the symbolism buried within it, because it's not supposed to be written so that everyone has access. It's supposed to be for the select few that raise their consciousness to truly understand the lessons. Okay? So what does that mountain symbolize? That is going within to the kingdom of the Father, which is like that crown chakra, the consciousness above the super consciousness. It is higher. You have your regular consciousness, you have your subconscious, which is like the depths, that's like hell. And then you have super consciousness, which is like a blissful heaven state. So when you sit alone, you receive downloads from that Father's realm, from that heaven, from the super consciousness. Whatever you are the most comfortable calling it, call it that. I don't care I love all the religions, but at the same time, I wish they would just tell the truth a little bit more and stop making it so difficult, okay? That is my aside on religions. Don't crucify me. All right, so the point of life that I'm getting at here, the point of the chosen ones, are those few, and I hope it switches to many, that spend time within the present moment, going within and going up. They take their problems, they take their woes, they take whatever they're thinking about, and you put them in a box. You put them aside for just a couple minutes, and you just sit in blissful presence. And you feel the energies coming into your crown chakra. You'll feel them on your head. I want you to focus on it. I want you to just tell yourself that you are receiving energy. Try it out. All right? And you'll start to feel your body kind of leveling up a little bit. You'll feel it start to buzz a little bit. Your energy in your cells, everything starts vibrating just a little differently. And within those moments, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to get these intuitive downloads from source, this light energy that comes into you and will guide you. It will show you the path forward that will cure you of all the ailments that you are currently facing in your life. Because believe me, it already knows. It already knows. We create our own problems by thinking too much. We create our own problems by believing too much in the stories we've been told and that we tell ourselves about who we are and who we are meant to be. So many people speak negativity into existence by believing that they're a bad person, that they don't deserve abundance, that they don't deserve happiness. And guess what? That expresses itself into your reality more than you ever will possibly know. If you keep telling yourself you're a bad person, you're going to have opportunities that it's going to prove that you are a bad person. If you keep telling your subconscious brain that you're poor, you're going to find ways expressed to you in your reality that will prove that to you. So it's my little challenge to you guys is to sit in that silence. Listen to the universe. Give God, give source, give all that is in the present moment. Give spirit all of your problems to solve for you. Okay? And then just step into those lessons that you receive, those intuitive downloads you receive. Step into it, guys. And I'm telling you, magical things will start to fucking happen. Like truly, blissfully, amazing opportunities will come into your life. But you have to shift your mindset. You have to stop focusing so much on the bad things that can happen, on the negative thoughts, on all the other people telling you what you should be instead of what you truly are. Okay? Because we all have that voice inside of us. I know we do. That tells us what we're capable of. It shows us our dreams. And those dreams are from your higher self. They are. And the higher self is begging you to just speak with it. It's begging you to spend time in silence in the present moment with it so it can give you those little drops to guide you on your path, to show you what you need to do. And then it will give you the energy to do it. And then you focus on the gratitude in the present moment for receiving those intuitive downloads, that knowledge, the ever-present love that, the higher self just bestows upon you. When I wake up in the morning, I don't choose what I want to make a video about. I don't choose necessarily what I'm going to do with the day. I'll just sit in meditation and I'll go and I'll figure it out with my higher self. And I will feel the energy of what I need to do. Sometimes I don't have the energy to do a breakdown or make a video. Or sometimes it seems a little blurry. But sometimes I'll just see pictures of my friends. I'll see the gym. I'll see people that I love in my life, and I'll know that that day is a day of healing. I need to go out into the world and I need to heal people. I need to have interactions with other human beings that are going through things, that are struggling with things, and I can share light with them. And that's enough. That's really all we have to do here, is just keep consciously evolving, keep consciously sharing our light with other people, and just enjoy ourselves. Stop focusing so much on the negativity and the bullshit. I understand it's always going to be there. The news will always be there. The wars and all the crap and the lying, it's always going to be there. And it's supposed to be there. There's a point to it always trying to lower your vibration, because that's what it does. It makes you sit in a state of fear. You know that about the news by now. And hopefully, if this is the first time you've heard somebody saying the news is bad, stop watching it, all right? Don't give it your energy. That's what the point of it is. It's trying to steal your energy, take it away from you. It takes you off your path. It takes you off that mountaintop. It takes you away from spending time with Source, with God, with your higher self, which will give you everything you could possibly want and then some in life, because you're constantly too focused on that. You're too focused on fear of what will happen to you in the future, or ruminating on things that you've done in the past. And that's what creates your reality, your focus, your intention, your consciousness. Okay? Like I said earlier, ideas have people. So if you change yourself, if you change your mindset to somebody who's able to share light, you're going to receive the ideas that will help share light to more people. If you focus on being somebody who is a negative person, then you are going to receive more ideas, more intrusive thoughts that will lead you to that negativity. You will experience more drama. You will experience more bullshit, more fighting, more negative relationships, and attracting bad happenstances into your life. All right? So let's start working on our mindset a little bit. Let's try and sit presently throughout the day. And it doesn't need to be a long amount of time, guys. It could just be like a minute to 2 minutes at a time. Just sit in silence. Turn off the phone. Turn off the TV. Okay? No music. Just sit there. Listen to the universe. Give it your problems. Set an intention that you are going to have a wonderful day, and be grateful for everything that you're already given. And then receive it and act upon it. And I swear to you, I swear, your life will change. It will not take a very long amount of time. You will be amazed. Miracles will start happening. You can attract the relationship of your dreams. You can attract the opportunities for business, partnerships, new relationships with friends into your life by focusing on that gratitude. Gratitude is the key to unlocking the secrets of reality creation. You just have to be grateful for everything you are. Tell yourself, I am grateful, and then follow it up with whatever your desire is. And then listen in silence to the universe, and it will show you how, when, and where that type of thing is going to happen. And then just watch it unfold. All right? Love you guys. I will catch you next time.